GeoVax has expanded from its original focus on vaccines to include cancer and is a clinical stage asset called Gedeptin. David, what have you completed so far with this drug, and what's next for its development?
Sure. Gedeptin is a very exciting product for us. In fact, we look at it as a company-building platform technology. The name Gedeptin reflects gene-directed enzyme prodrug therapy.
Okay,
So
and it's a gene therapy, right?
Yes, and it's delivered with an Ad5 type vector, so like a vaccine vector.
Okay.
So it's delivered with that. We've completed a phase 1 and a phase 1/2 trial, both of which were conducted among advanced head and neck cancer patients.
Okay.
These are patients that are less than 20,000 in the United States alone. They have failed every line of treatment.
What's attractive about this population, this indication?
Well, it's not so much what's attractive. What is needed is there's nothing for them. They're
Okay.
on palliative care.
A really big
So
unmet
they
need.
can't. They may be able. They have a tumor. They may not be able to swallow food. They may not be able to speak. They don't have an outlook for being rescued, et cetera. But what they do need is something that can improve their last stage quality of life. So the first 2 trials we did were among those patients, and the data was encouraging. What it ended up demonstrating was that the application of Gedeptin had the ability, or was significantly reducing tumor size, in some cases showed indication of eliminating that treated tumor. Our goal and our directive by the FDA was not to for survival. It was really, can we improve their quality of life? In fact, the phase 1/2 trial was funded by the FDA under the Orphan Drug Clinical Trials Program, because they were seeking not for performance in terms of we can save these patients, but can we address certain treated tumors and improve their last stage of life. We feel that we demonstrated that sufficiently, and that led to the decision that we have subsequently announced, which is that we're going forward with a phase 2 trial among early stage, first recurrent head and neck cancer patients.
Okay.
Who are having a resection for curative intent. And it's going to combine Gedeptin with an immune checkpoint inhibitor such as Keytruda to go after these patients.
Now, is this population, is it small enough to be considered a orphan drug or a rare disease designation, or is it too
I
big?
don't think it'll be an orphan drug. We'll
Okay.
maintain our orphan drug. We'll continue to be interested and pursue for the advanced head and neck cancer. But the data that we have and what we've done in some very well-validated animal models shows that the combination of Gedeptin with an immune checkpoint inhibitor has a highly complementary and synergistic effect, meaning that it has an abscopal effect that if we treat one tumor with it and then include in the regimen an immune checkpoint inhibitor, it seems to have a neoantigen effect that affects other untreated tumors.
Okay.
And we
So
think
it
that'll be a
activates
major
the
game
T
changer.
cells and the CD4,
Exactly.
CD8.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's what's coming there. We're looking at triple-negative breast cancer and other solid tumors to go after. We've got discussions underway with certain clinical advisors to do some more work on, and we're also going to be doing some additional animal models characterizing the performance of Gedeptin with immune checkpoint inhibitors in different models. So we've got an exciting future. We look at long-term at Gedeptin being potentially the big driver and game changer of let's say, contribution to healthcare, but also a value for shareholders and stakeholders from GeoVax.
Now, I think Gedeptin's injected into the tumor.
Correct.
Is that right? And
Correct.
do you inject it in all the tumors or just one? Because you mentioned the abscopal effect, where
Yes.
you activate the immune system for that tumor, and then your T cells go around your body and get it everywhere else. Is that kind of how it
Well,
works?
we're also looking at different delivery methods. Also.
Yeah, I was going to ask about
right,
that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's being evaluated. So we got a lot of things going on with the Gedeptin. We had a presentation just last week at the American Association of Cancer Research. So there was a poster presentation of all the clinical data and preclinical data we've had on Gedeptin and our plans going forward. No, but the way Gedeptin works today is you have a target tumor, and you inject Gedeptin, you deliver Gedeptin into that tumor. It starts producing the PMP enzyme cells in that. You then infuse the patient with fludarabine phosphate. Fludara is an established, approved FDA chemotherapeutic agent for
Okay.
hematologic cancers, for
Okay.
blood cancer. Does nothing for solid tumors. But when it encounters a tumor that's been treated with Gedeptin, it converts to fluoroadenine, which is a highly cytotoxic compound. that either destroys the tumor or significantly reduces it. So
Okay.
that's the way it's been utilized.
So now you're combining
previously.
these two with a checkpoint inhibitor
Exactly.
like Keytruda. So it's actually a triple combination.
Well, you could to make Gedeptin work, you need the first two.
Oh, I see. So
that's
okay, it's a
because
required
Gedeptin
combination.
we utilize
Got
as
it.
a prodrug
Okay.
to sort of convert into
right,
that.
and that converts
So
it from
we
a
do
prodrug.
that. So when you combine it with the immune checkpoint inhibitor, and there have been numerous studies done on different models that have shown this I'll say complementary synergistic abscopal effect of it, and that's what we're most excited about going forward with this trial. Right now, we've selected the CRO. The protocol is being finalized, so a lot of work is going on that, and we're manufacturing the product to be able to go forward. And then we hope to get that going sooner rather than later. When it does initiate, it'll be between 35 and 40 patients, and essentially that we'll be looking at. Be quick feedback because it'll be first recurrent head and neck. They'll have a resection, so we take tumor samples, so we'll get a quick readout among those patients in less than a year.
Okay, and then that sets you up for a registrational or pivotal trial?
The next stage would be evaluate the data that we get from it.
Right.
But
If
when
it's
it's
good.
positive, it would be to pursue a registration trial and begin those discussions with the regulatory authorities about that.
Okay.
We hold worldwide rights for this compound for all
Okay.
indications.
Okay.
So either cancerous tumors or even benign tumors. You might think of a benign tumor in the breast that someone doesn't want to have surgery. This would be a great application for that.